How is everybody doing today? Welcome back to another episode of The Banker Next Door. I am your host, Dr. Joe Berquist. Today, I wanted to cover with everyone a report from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, otherwise known as the CFPB. They came out with a very interesting report on a list of consumer reporting companies, and I want to bring this in. Now, at first, this report would seem very basic, but there's a little bit more than meets the eye to this report, and I thought it was very interesting. So this came out just recently, just a few weeks ago, and I want to run down here. So this is the table of contents. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so everybody can see that a little better. So table of contents, introduction. Who can see your consumer reports? You can get rejected without warning. Figure 1 is know your data, 3-step process. Step 1, request. Step 2, review. Step 3 is dispute. And then here's where I think it gets more interesting. So you get nationwide consumer reporting companies, employment screening companies, tenant screening companies, deposit account and payment screening, personal property insurance, medical, low income and subprime, supplementary reports, telecom and utilities, retail, and then gambling and sports betting. So there's a lot of companies out there reporting perhaps a lot more information on you than you realize. So the introduction here basically says below is a list of consumer reporting companies updated for 2025. Consumer reporting companies collect information and provide reports about you to other companies' users. These users buy these reports to inform decisions about providing you with credit, employment, residential, rental housing, insurance, and in certain other decision-making situations. The list below includes the 3 largest nationwide consumer reporting agencies and several others that focus on certain market areas, consumer segments, and types of users. This list is not all inclusive, but there are many companies on it. We provide you with tips so you can determine which segments and companies might be important to you. This list also makes it easier for you to take advantage of your legal rights, to request the information in your consumer reports, dispute suspected inaccuracies in your reports with companies as needed, and block certain third-party access to your credit reports through a security freeze. And then it goes into, who can see your consumer reports. You could get rejected without warning. Know your data. Step 1, request. Step 2, review. Step 3, dispute. But I'm skipping through some of this because this isn't really what I want to focus on. What I really want to, and then it gets down now, obviously the nationwide consumer reporting companies. I think we all know the big 3, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. These are the big 3 nationwide providers of consumer credit reports. Their website is annualcreditreport.com. I do believe that is the best website. If you need to go and get your credit report, I always tell people that's where to go. Go to annualcreditreport.com. You can get a free credit report every year. If you want the scores, you do have to pay for them. I think it's maybe like $7 for a score. I think the last time I checked, so it was probably $21 or $22, something like that, to get your report with all the scores and everything like that. But definitely a good website though. So let's see here. But now we get into like employment screening. So what are some of the companies that are involved in this? So you have Accurate Background, provides background screening services. We get ADP, obviously the big payroll company, ADP Payroll, but we get ADP Screening and Selection Services, Inc. Assurant. And then we get backgroundchecks.com. We get Blend Insights, CCC Verify, and then a company called Certify that starts with CERTIPHI. So, and then we got, it looks like checker.com, and we get Cisiv. I guess it's DISA. I guess I say DISA Global Solutions, Inc. I guess EmpInfo, Inc. And then we get Experian Verify, is obviously a subsidiary of Experian, the consumer credit reporting company. And then we get Fama Technologies, First Advantage Corporation, Ferretly, not to be confused with Ferrell, but Ferretly. Ferretly, Higher Right, IntelliCorp, Open Online, Pinwheel, Preemployee.com, Sterling, The Work Number, True Work, Universal Background Screening. I'm going through this just because I want everybody to get a feel for that. There's a lot of companies out there that provide a lot of different types of these services. That's the whole point. That's why I wanted to present this. Tenant screening. So you have AmRent, you have Appfolio, Contemporary Information Corp, Experian Rent Bureau. As you see, Experian does a lot. Has a lot of these sub companies that do a lot of this stuff. First Advantage Resident Solutions, RealPage Inc., RentGrow Inc., Safe Rent Solutions, Screening Reports Inc., TransUnion Rental Screening Solutions Inc. And then now here's an interesting one: deposit account and payment screening. So what may surprise a lot of people, if you're not that familiar with the banking industry, when you go in to open a checking account, the bank is going to run basically they're going to run a screen on you to see, and some of the more common companies that do this are Certegy Payment Solutions LLC. I've never actually heard of these guys. Certegy Payment Solutions. They provide check and ACH verification services for banks and a variety of consumer-facing industries, including gambling, government, health, retail, transportation, and more. A company called Variant Equity Advisors LLC owns Certegy. Check Systems is the big one. That's the big, Check Systems Inc. They provide account verification services primarily for financial institutions, collects and reports data on checking account applications, openings, and closures, including reasons for account closure, provides deposit account information to lenders evaluating whether to offer credit to consumers with damaged, little or no credit history. Check Systems is owned by the eFunds subsidiary of Fidelity National Information Services, Inc. But Check Systems is the big one. So you go into a bank to open an account, they're most likely going to run Check Systems on you to basically see, okay, have you had checking accounts at other banks? Did you close them out properly? Were there issues? Basically, did you stiff the bank? Did you get kicked out? Did you have a huge number of overdrafts and that kind of thing? There's also a company called CrossCheck Inc. that does this. Early warning services. This is an interesting one. Everybody should know Early Warning Systems is owned by the big banks. It's owned by Bank of America, Capital One, JP Morgan, PNC, Truist, US Bank, and Wells Fargo. Now, what else does Early Warning Systems do? Oh, well, they own Zelle. They own the Zelle. They own and operate the Zelle payment network. They also just rolled out a new digital wallet service that they're going to be putting out to customers. So but here they also do basically check acceptance companies such as retail merchants, payment processors, and other financial entities in detecting and preventing fraud associated with bank account and payment transactions. And then we also get Global Payments Check Services LLC. We get Telecheck Services. And then we have personal property insurance, A Plus Property. And then we get Arity, Connected Analytics Services. And then Driver's History. Insurance Information Exchange, also known as Transportation Employment Screening. LexisNexis, Clue and Telematics on Demand. I'm actually kind of surprised that LexisNexis didn't show up here. LexisNexis is a big company, and they do a lot of different things, especially as it relates to basically collecting different types of data on individuals and companies in certain respects. But this is a subsidiary here, LexisNexis Clue. And then we get into medical, MIB, not to be confused with the Men in Black. But the MIB Inc., Milliman and Telescript. And then we get low income and subprime. So we have a company called Clarity Services, DataX, Factor Trust, Microbuilt, Teletrack LLC. And then we get supplementary reports, a company called Innovis, LexisNexis Risk Solutions. Again, there you go. LexisNexis popping up again. Sage Stream LLC. And then Telecom and Utilities, National Consumer Telecom and Utilities Exchange. And then retail, the Retail Equation. And then we get down to gambling and sports betting. So Central Credit LLC, NCC, National Credit Check Inc. VIP Preference. And then that is the end of it. So again, this is the CFP report, which they put out is a list of consumer reporting companies. I just thought it was a very interesting report. Thought I'd bring it to everybody, show you what different types of companies are out there reporting on different aspects, whether it would be banking, renting an apartment, medical, car insurance, employment screening, what have you. But go check out the report. There's a link to the report in the description down below if you want to go check it out. Take a closer look at maybe some of these companies that are doing some of this different types of screening on you. But I will wrap up by saying, if you like this episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. That always helps the channel. Remember, we are on YouTube, Rumble, and all major podcast platforms. Please be sure to leave your comments down below. And as always, make sure to check out some of the other content on the channel. Have a great day out there, and I will see everyone again real soon. Thanks a lot.